Our final video explains the materials created from a completed sample educator journey. To see the process of planning these materials, reference the previous videos as well as the samples for each template. The chosen resource for the sample lesson is Strange Fruit, performed by Andra from the featured resources in the HRE Portal. The lesson is an introduction to a unit on poetry writing and analysis. On the first slide, there is a dashboard which you can replicate for all classes. The right-hand side has a red box, which lists the materials students need that day, and a blue box with the homework for students to write down. The white space on the left has the Engage activity, which I've called Small Talk. On the sample lesson plan, I explained that Small Talk is a think, pair, share that previews a main idea in the lesson. Students respond to a stimulus quote or image in writing on the guided notes. They then share their responses out loud with a partner before a whole class share out. Here, the Small Talk topic previews the idea of the lasting effects of trauma. Next, the presentation introduces the topic for the class and provides a student-friendly objective, broken down into the knowledge and skills and the proving behavior. A student-friendly agenda is on the right. Next, the purpose explains how the objective relates to other learning as well as real life. The following 4 slides give a historical overview of racial violence, specifically in the form of lynching. It combines information from a range of sources to establish a foundation of understanding. Students respond to this section in the guided notes by defining lynching and identifying one new or surprising piece of information. Slides 9 through 14 introduce an acronym used to analyze poetry called SMILE. Here's an opportunity for teachers to customize the lesson based on the poetry concepts and terms students have already learned. In the guided notes, I include a check for understanding and what the acronym itself stands for so that students have it in front of them during independent work. Slides 15 through 18 provide context on Strange Fruit itself. Based on the information I gathered while completing the educator questions, I included the facts I thought led to a deeper understanding of the poem. Finally, we begin the assessment for the lesson, analyzing Strange Fruit as a poem and comparing the 2 performances by Billie Holiday and Andra. Students will complete their work on the sample assessment document. First, students will read and listen to Billie Holiday's Strange Fruit with the teacher. From here, teachers can choose to guide students through SMILE or release to independent work, depending on what students need. Either way, the graphic organizer includes sentence stems and separate questions to guide student thinking. The last part of the assessment is the compare and contrast, which should be independent work. Students will use their observations from the SMILE graphic organizers, using the stimulus questions if needed. Overall, this sample lesson is guided by the preliminary work of the educator journey. The planning document informed the objective, purpose, and lesson scaffold. The educator questions inform the historical context in the slides, as well as the assessment. The lesson plan allowed me to plan out other individual pieces of the lesson. The educator journey is comprehensive and written to meet the needs of even new educators. We chose to separate it into sections to allow anyone to take only the pieces they need. Either way, all of us at UHRI are excited to see the lessons you come up with. Lessons we hope empower students to advocate for human rights.